Test. 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 1, 2. Test. Hello. I am broadcasting this from the year 1988 by the Gregorian calendar, if you have that in your particular tangent. Yes. I have here a list of 9 life-changing truths that I have learned having been through the war of 1988 and also the times leading up to it. You might know me as TJ Kirk. You may know me as James Kirk. You may know me as James Vardaman. You may know me as the Nasty Nihilist. You may know me as the Nice Nihilist. You may know me as the Amazing Atheist. You may know me by a number of different iterations, tangents. It doesn't really matter what the moniker. I am Lance Sloan. I come to you from the year 1988 to convey, well, listen, it doesn't matter why I'm doing this. It doesn't matter who the enemy is at this point. They've already won. I don't send this with the hopes that we could possibly avert that. It's too late. I would need to be able to send something to the past. It's not possible. We've looked into it. But I'm hoping that maybe in sending this message to the year 2027, hopefully it's reaching 2027. I know that we might be coming to you at a date that seems further away than that, or has already happened, perhaps. Most likely, you feel like it's a year prior to that. This has to do with the various sorts of machinations that they've used to, disguise 1988's, and true Humanite pre-1988 history. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, we can't prevent any of that. 87%, I think, of the population is dead by most standards or most records, most reckonings. Obviously, we have no way at this point of actually determining the true death rate, but that doesn't really matter because, like I said, it's not avoidable. But maybe we can get some spark back into you, the dregs, the leftovers, the ones that were docile enough to be spared in the fucking cleansing, okay? Maybe we can, find some nugget of actual humanite in you, and who knows? Maybe someday we will cast off the boot heel. Unlikely, I know, but anyway, here's 9 life-changing truths. I don't know that they're necessarily things that are going to blow you away with their significance. There's nothing here that's going to teach you about the true history of the world pre-1988. That's sort of a revelation you're going to have to come to on your own. But we're going to try. We're going to try to at least bring you to the mindset of a human that, could get there. Number 9, if you enjoy it, it wasn't a waste of time. This is a very important one. All right? Because they want you to exist on their time. All right? They want you to serve them on their own time. They want you to be a little puppet that does the little dance just like they want. During their hours, at their specifications, at their behest. That's what they want. And when you do something for you, when you go off and you do your own things that you think are worthwhile, that you think are compelling, they're going to try to put in your head the idea that that is a selfish act, that you're somehow wasting time. Oh, what a waste of time that you did something that doesn't serve me. That's their attitude. Don't let them get you into that mindset. Your time is valuable for you, not for them, for you. It's your time, not fucking theirs. Okay? Don't let them control your fucking time. That's how they control you. It's one of the most effective tools in their arsenal. Number 8, when you're too high, get higher. They try to foist this notion of moderation upon you. They always, oh yeah, you gotta be like us. You gotta do the dance. You gotta, we walk in line. We do the dance. Ha 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 ha. March, 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 march. Oh yeah. And one of the things they do is when you get to that place where you feel good, and then you start to feel a little bad, you start to feel a little scared, and you know, they want to tell you, oh, well, see, look, it made you feel bad, it made you feel scared, so you better pull back, you better pull back, you better pull back. No, no, no. Push forward. Push forward, my friends. Push forward. Don't become scared because you looked into the mirror, you saw the dark reflection. Walk through. Walk through, because once you're on the other side, it's not dark anymore. Number 7, never let an angry mob dictate your opinion. One of the things that they're brilliant at is manufacturing consensus, making you feel as if you're isolated, you're alone, no one agrees with you. Even if that's true, don't allow that to be something that forms your thinking. That just, oh, well, no one agrees with me, so I guess I must be wrong. That's not how a Humanite, whatever you call it in your tangent, that's not what we're about. That's not the truth of us, okay? That's fiction. They want to tell you you're a herd animal. They want to tell you you're a fucking sheep. You're not. You're a pack animal, but you're not a fucking herd animal. You're not, your purpose is not obedience. Your purpose is not obedience to a demagogue. Your purpose is not obedience to the masses, to this lie of the consensus of the fake majority, who are really just being spoon-fed opinions down from on high. You know, even if they don't know it. Sometimes the opinions, they come from down below. Sometimes they come from up above. It's this thing where they want to control the above ground and the underground, the culture and the counterculture. So there's nowhere for you to fucking go. You feel totally alone. You feel totally isolated. And you know, I have these thoughts. I have these feelings. And it just seems like there's no proper venue to express them. It just seems like everywhere I go, it's like, don't do that. Keep that down. Keep that inside. Why do you think that is? Do you think it might be by fucking design? Even in a world of mass communication, you feel alone? How does that happen? How does that happen? I'll tell you how it fucking happens. By design. That's how it happens. But when someone wants that, when someone who knows how to pull every psychological string in your puppet brain wants that, that becomes your fucking reality. Number 6, don't make people earn your respect, but don't hesitate to withdraw it if they disrespect you. There's this idea that floats around in various tangents of our world that you must make others earn your respect. That you're it's just a statement of absolute arrogance and self-importance. And it prevented us from being able to stand up for ourselves when we needed to do it the fucking most. When we most needed to band together, there was this idea that everybody had to earn everybody else's respect first. No, make respect the default, but if someone disrespects you, then withdraw your respect. Because obviously you don't want to give respect to the undeserving, but instead of presuming someone is undeserving until they prove themselves deserving, do the opposite. Presume they're deserving until they prove that they're not. Because that is going to be way more effective for quick coalition building, which you might need if you ever decide to look your enemy in the eyes and go, wait a minute, you've been controlling us all along. Fuck you. Now you die. Now you burn. But you're not ready for that yet. I know. Not ready for that. Not quite there yet. Haven't quite seen through the fucking veil yet, right? Okay. That's fine. Number 5. You're going to regret your missed opportunity. Okay, hold on. Number 5, you're going to regret your missed opportunities more than you regret your transgressions. This concept of sin, this concept of vice, this concept of this grand moral transgression that damns you forever. Oh my goodness gracious. Whew! Let me tell you something that you might not know, that you've probably been indoctrinated your whole lives not to recognize, but it's nonetheless true. Good and evil, right and wrong, bad and good, whatever the fuck you want to call them, are not states of being. They are decisions that exist every moment of every day of your life. And you always are making that choice. Always. And there's you know, the idea that you are good or bad has destroyed us. It's fucking destroyed us. And it's not from us. It's from them. It's a mechanism of control so insidious that it's turned us into freaking herd animals. Like, we might as well be munching our own cud. Because you think you're good? If you think you're good, then everything you do must be good. And then you can justify evil. And if you think you're evil, then you think, well, I'll never be, I'm already evil, so I might as well just keep being evil. Because I'm evil forever no matter what. So it's literally designed as a concept to make you evil forever. Either you're evil and you know you're evil, or you're evil and you deludedly believe that you're good because you think that it's a state. And you don't realize that you're making that decision every fucking second of every fucking day, over and over and over and over again with your actions. Number 6, have tangible goals rather than emotional ones. Why? Because if you say to yourself, my goal is to be happy, then you're always looking for the thing to make you happy. That's how they keep you looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. Pursuit of happiness. That's their ideal. Pursuit of happiness. Always looking for happiness. Where is it? Where can it be found? Don't look for happiness, because you're never going to find it that way. The way you find happiness is you don't look for happiness. You set a goal that is concrete, that is tangible. You say, I am going to accomplish this thing. And then you set out to accomplish it. And then on the way, you surmount hardships. And by doing so, then you find happiness. But it's not an eternal state it's not a flame that just goes on and on. It's moments. That's what you get. That's your reward. This idea of some sort of like super state of happiness that's just self-sustaining forever within you. It's unnatural and it's sick and it's a delusion. It's a carrot on a stick. That's how they keep you running on the wheel. Number 3, have peace. Make peace with your imperfection, but don't use that as an excuse to not strive to be better. You know, they want you to be insecure. They want you to feel like you're a worm. They want you to feel like you're this tiny little thing. Oh, I'm so wretched. I'm so horrible. Because what does that do? Either it makes you so crazed with the notion that you have to improve yourself that you sacrifice everything. And of course, they feed you the idea about what you really need to be. Oh no, you need to be more like this, more like this, more like this. And you ever notice that the way they want you to be happens to coincide with all of their little interests for you? Wow, yeah, be this way. This is the perfect state of being. Consequently, also the most exploitable state of being. Wow, how handy is that? Be a productive drone for us. That's where true happiness lies. Of course, you have to strive to be better, but be better on your own terms. And strive reasonably and recognize that you're never going to attain your own idea of perfection, and you shouldn't want to attain theirs. Number 2, if you love yourself, it doesn't matter if the world hates you. If you hate yourself, it doesn't matter if the world loves you. No one else lives in here but you. This is you. This is all you. This is all you are. This is all you're ever going to be. When this is gone, so are you. Someone else's hatred of you, someone else not liking what you have to say, that doesn't do anything to this unless you let it. They cannot get in here. Not yet. But they're trying. And here in 2027 or whatever year you think it is, they're getting close. I know that. We've seen in most tangents, they're getting very fucking close. So try to keep this locked up, but recognize for the time being, that everyone around you, they don't have to live in here. This isn't this. They don't have to march around in this. What you're thinking is none of their fucking business unless you choose to make it their business. Don't worry about it. Because if you love yourself, their hatred doesn't matter. If you hate yourself, their love doesn't matter. Because you've made a heaven of hell and you've made a hell of heaven. Number 1. Social relationships are transactional and all love is conditional. The denial of this fact is the cause of so much grief and so much frustration. I know that a lot of times, this one actually is not from them, by the way. This is an inherent failing of Humanites. I know that we feel like it cheapens our love, it cheapens the things that we do for each other, when it feels like it's just being done for the promise of something in return. But look what happens when we drop that. Look at how it allows these egomaniacal demagogues to control us. Not just the big demagogue up on the hill, but the little demagogue sitting in the couch in your house. You know, these manipulators, these people who just say, oh, well, you owe me love because I'm your father, or I'm your spouse, or I'm your brother, or I'm your friend because we knew each other back when, or the things we've gone through. Well, when we were going through those things, did you do anything useful? Were you of use to me? Did you help me? You know, don't let people be useless, okay? If someone wants to be useless, then deny them love. And if they go on, like I said, if they go on and decide they love themselves, then you taking away that love is not going to matter. But if they hate themselves, well, then you should hate them fucking too. Or at least be apathetic towards them. Because no one deserves love that isn't willing to do something for it. No one deserves love that isn't willing to give it, or to be of use in some way, some shape, some form. It could take a lot of different forms, and maybe a person who's useless to one is useful to another, and we need to acknowledge that, because we don't need these leeches. We don't need these psychic leeches that, you know, exist based on or thrive. They latch themselves on with some hook of you know, family relationship or something like that. All these different things they use. They get into you and they drain your mind. And they drain your energy. And they drain your resources. You know, and they don't give you anything in return. And you feel sad and you feel exploited, but then you don't want to feel that way because you feel selfish. Like, well, I'm not supposed to ask them for anything in return because I'm a good person, and I'm not supposed to my love can't be conditional like that. Yes, it can. Sure it can. Why not? Why the fuck not? Theirs is. I guarantee you that every single person that treats you like that, if you weren't useful to them, they'd be gone. You know, and I'm not saying be like them, but you could take at least that page out of their book. You know, because two people who are useful to each other, two people that give something to each other, are a lot better off than one person giving and one person taking, and that's all there is. Don't allow yourself to be drained by a psychic vampire. I wish we had time to do a little more. I wish we had time to talk about a little more, but it's looking like I have to get going.